if you believe it's true.
Jonathan, excitement's growing ahead of the release of the Republic of Ireland away shirt for Euro 2016. We're going to take a trip down memory lane now with a couple of jerseys from the past. We'll start here with the away jersey that we used in the qualifying campaign for World Cup 2002.
Yeah, this shirt was actually worn in the qualifier away to Cyprus when we won 4-0 that night in Nicosia, I believe. I was at the game, I'm sure it was Nicosia. We've been over in Cyprus a few times. So that was good memories from that night. I think Roy scored twice and a good 4-0 away win.
The next kit then was made famous by the World Cup in 2002 itself.
Yeah, this kit we launched in the April of 2002. And it made its debut in a swimming pool environment in Lansdowne Road against the USA that night. I think one end was the shallow end and one end was the deep end. It was a game that probably should have never gone ahead, but then it was subsequently worn in the World Cup. It was our change kit, and unfortunately it was worn in the loss to Spain on penalties when we moved from Japan over to Korea.
The next shirt then, we're continuing with the white theme. This one was worn, as we can see, away to Czech Republic. What can you tell us about this shirt?
Yeah, there was a lot of graphic detail on this shirt. The actual detail from the FAI, from the ball detail, was actually used in here under the crest, and we brought a little bit of orange into that as well. I remember being at this game also. Unfortunately, it was a 1-0 loss. We also wore this kit, I think, against San Marino away when Stephen Ireland actually got us out of jail late that night with a 2-1 win. And unfortunately, we failed to qualify that time for Euro 2008.
On to our next shirt then. Robbie Keane scored his 50th international goal in this jersey, but if you think of one player that springs to mind when you see this jersey, who would it be?
Oh, well, obviously Richard Dunn from this very game against Russia, when his shirt ended up covered in blood, and the whole trying to get back to the dressing room to get the spare shirt, which was locked and everything. But that was obviously a great memory and an outstanding performance in an Ireland shirt, an away shirt in that case. And it was also worn in the fantastic 4-0 away win in the playoffs against Estonia, which really secured our playoff, or secured our qualification, I should say, for Euro 2012 before we even had to come home for the home leg.
You mentioned Euro 2012 there. Now we're on to the jersey we used in that campaign itself. What can you tell us about this one?
Personally, this is one of my favourite shirts, I have to say. I think it's a really stunning design. I love the ribbed effect that just goes down one side here. This is actually Damien Duff's match shirt from what would have been his last game, his 100th cap or 99th cap, if you're dependent to believe on what UEFA said about one of the friendlies not being valid. But not great memories from a results point of view, obviously, at the tournament, but the lads certainly looked well going down in style.
Coming out of the mist in Bosnia and Herzegovina, we have the current away jersey, which is being replaced by the one we're about to release. What can you tell us about this one?
Very similar to the current home kit. It really is just a reverse of the home kit. We were so confident and in the home kit design. We just absolutely loved the way the silhouette looked. We mocked it up in a white and just thought it was strong, so strong that we would have to use that. We did change a few details insofar as the underarm panel and the stripe are two different colours, where in the home kit it's all white, so it's just one colour, so it looks a little bit different. And then with the navy shorts, and there was an alternate green short, it definitely had a really good a good visual to it. But I think it will always be remembered for Robbie Brady and that goal that nobody really saw.